So yes, let's go. Let's go to the Walmart thing. And for those of you that follow me, you know I'm into the stocks and real estate. And we had some earnings this past week. CEO of Walmart came out and said categorically, as they start projecting what they're going to do in the upcoming quarters, they absolutely have to include the price of tariffs and that the prices will be going up. Trump did not like that. He went off, and when I give it to TJ, he gives it back to me. Y'all are going to hear me get on my soapbox about Republicans talking about socialism, Republicans talking about not wanting to or pretending to share the wealth through trickle-down economics. You're going to hear me get on that whole hypocritical soapbox after we watch this.
Refresh my memory, America. Hasn't dictator Trump been telling us for months now that other countries would eat the cost of the tariffs? Didn't he say multiple times that other countries would pay for the tariffs so that our prices didn't go up? Then why the heck this morning on Trash Social did he tell Walmart to just eat the cost of the tariffs and not raise prices? I'm confused. Here's a video of him saying this.
Tariff is a tax on a foreign country. That's the way it is, whether you like it or not. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's a tax on us. No. It's a tax on a foreign country. It's a tax on a country that's ripping us off and stealing our jobs.
But most any importer or economist will tell you the president is mistaken. Tariffs are not a tax on a foreign country.
Tariffs are not a tax on another country. Trump told us it was leading up to the election and after the election. And then today, Walmart should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for raising prices throughout the chain. Walmart made billions of dollars last year, far more than expected. Between Walmart and China, they should, as is said, eat the tariffs. But they don't have to eat the tariffs, because I thought you said that tariffs would be eaten by the countries that you're putting tariffs on. Can't be both ways, Trumpy. Hypocrisy. MAGA's been lied to yet again.
I'm gonna give it to you, TJ, because I literally have to take a minute to get my thoughts together with this, because that type of manipulation of finances, how tariffs work, how taxes work, and then the utter hypocrisy of years we hear Republicans telling us tighten our belts, pull ourselves by the bootstraps. We shouldn't accept help from the government, and damn it, we should not believe in socialism, and also that trickle-down economics is going to work. It is a ugly clusterfuck of all that in this one situation with Trump trying to go back and forth with Walmart over tariffs. And I'm gonna give the floor to you. Well, I gotta get my thoughts, because this shit, boy, Lord.
No problem. The first thing I'll bring up is, I think this must have happened last week when we didn't do a show. This happened with Amazon as well, where Amazon, and I actually don't like the way Amazon did it. I feel like it was seen kind of shady, like backroom dealy, when Amazon announced that they were going to start indicating on the prices of their goods that this is X% higher because of tariffs, because we need to make up for the cost from importing these materials. And Trump got upset about that, and then he called Jeff Bezos or whatever, and they were, so, which seemed odd. It's like, why didn't you just do that? Why bother making the announcement? Oh, by the way, we're going to start doing this. They would like announce it when you do it. That's how it usually works with the businesses. But I suspect that Bezos or whatever did this thinking, hey, I'm going to do this unless you cut me some sort of deal or whatever. That just seems like bullying to me or whatever. But Trump coming out and saying, oh, actually, before I get to that, I hate what the guy did in that interview right there. I've complained to you about this before, where Trump will say, like he has for well over a year now, tariffs are not a tax on businesses. They're not a tax on people. They are a tax on foreign nations. And that's the way it is. And the guy said what pisses me off so much. Well, Trump says that tariffs are a tax on foreign nations, but most economists and most importers will tell you, no, there's no fucking most about it. Every fucking one of them. And I hear it all the time, and it drives me insane. You won't find anything.
why are I gotta say this. I'm sorry. You've been very respectful. Why are we, when it's the facts, TJ, when it is a fact, why are we trying to pretend like there's an alternative? Floor is yours, my brother.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly where I'm going with this. Is I am sick and tired of people dancing around reality. Like this is I blame this for why people act the way they do, because most things in life are complicated. Like, almost everything in life is complicated. It is a blessing when something is simple and you're fucking making it difficult for no reason. It would be like if I said that bronze is a metal that is an alloy of copper and tin, right? Oh, no, that's what it is. Like it's an alloy of copper and tin. But if I said, well, bronze is an alloy of copper and iron, no one is going to say, well, most metallurgists will tell you that bronze is an alloy of copper and tin. No, everyone would say that. Every fucking one of them would say it. Some things are just factually accurate. And when that's the case, don't dance around it. But to Trump, one, not admitting, hey, I was wrong about the tariff thing, that actually companies do pay it. Maybe I just don't know how it works. He's never going to say that. But he admits it when saying they're doing this to cover the cost of tariffs. Why would they? Why would the country need to eat the tariff why would the company need to eat the tariff if the country is the one paying it? But you mentioned the socialism thing and price controlling, that Donald Trump is saying, listen, it is wrong that these greedy business owners are trying to extract more wealth from common people just trying to survive. Walmart, at Trump's tweet, he said, Walmart made billions of dollars last year. They can afford to lose a few. Now, listen, that is a correct statement. That is true. Like Walmart gets billions of dollars of free money from the United States, meaning they get it from us. And there is no
socialized. They are getting socialized. See, you go ahead, brother.
They are. I'll real quick, but they get tons of free money from you and me. Now, it's not cool that Trump raised the tariff. I disagree, right? I don't think that's a good idea. But it's not unreasonable to say, listen, Walmart, Americans can barely survive. You're already paying your workers, poverty wages to get by. How about you do the right thing? Be patriotic and make a few less dollars. You're going to be fine. Your owners and your shareholders are still going to make millions upon millions of dollars. Take this cut and do the patriotic thing. Support the American people. Trump says it, I guarantee all the MAGA folks will be like, yep, that's right. Walmart is greedy. Now, we've been saying this shit for years. And this actually why I brought this up. It ties into the Pluto thing. I firmly believe with my entire being, the only way we can ever get anything good in this country is if Donald Trump supports it. That's the only way. It seems to be the only way good things are going to happen, because if Trump could say anything. What he just said there goes against all of conservative orthodoxy. It goes against everything they've been preaching my entire life, but they are all going to fall in line because Trump said it. And that's where I was going with that.
Yeah. Well, TJ cleaned it up for me, so I don't have to spill my guts. It's as simple as that. It's hypocrisy, and Trump ultimately could be a good president, because when he does right, Democrats will highlight that he done right, even though it's going to hurt to say it. We will highlight it, because doing right means he does something that's good for the majority of the people and not a 10% special interest group. And in this situation, he's basically telling you that he didn't say what I'm about to say in terms of the income inequality and the gap, but that's what he's getting at. He wants Walmart and other companies to eat the price of the tariff. Now, why he's doing it, ladies and gentlemen, is for nefarious, selfish reasons.
Yes.
Because he's trying to get this tax bill passed, and he needs revenue to make the budget. And he wants to use, however it happens, the tariffs to help make that bill work, so that his rich buddies can get more tax breaks, so that there's no estates taxes, and so that he can pay back everybody that has invested in him and his administration to get back, which is tax breaks, more upfront money, and more back-end money, which that's going to be another conversation for another day. But he is telling you that socialism is okay. That's what he just told you. He wants Walmart to socialize what you, the American people, most likely are going to have to pay for it. It's okay for them. But when you, the American people, say we want some of our tax dollars to come back to us, we want some of our tax dollars to be to the benefit of the greater majority of America in terms of Medicaid, in terms of time off from work, in terms of health care, in terms of taking care of clean air and all that. Republicans get wishy-washy and say you're wrong for that. But the leader of those Republicans right now is telling you it's okay to have socialism if it's for the right people. And certainly not Walmart is the right people, because as TJ said, and as I've been complaining for years before I met TJ, corporations and rich people get the sweetest socialization money on planet Earth. And I for the life of me, don't understand how MAGA-style Republicans can't see through the weeds. They get tax breaks up front to move into a community. They get that up front. Then on the back end, they get tax breaks for like 10 years when they get into the community. So you done got money up front, then you're getting it on the back end, and those families and small businesses that have been in these communities for years don't get shit. You get told that because Walmart is here, you're going to make more money, which is the trickle-down effect. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been keeping data on that since the 60s. Trickle-down has done nothing but make the income inequality worse. 70% of all wealth in this country is held by the top 10%. Let that just sink in for a minute. 70, and this is the CBO's numbers, Congressional Budget Office, if you don't know what that means. 70% of all the wealth in this country is held by the top 10% of people. If that is not a clear indicator, we need some kind of government socialization intervention. I don't know what the hell else to tell you. The reason why that is the way it is because of this fucking runaway. Corporations get to call it socialism and use it, but you, the American people, don't. Corporations tell you to tighten your bootstraps, save, blah, 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 eat your vitamins, don't take steroids, and you'll have muscles like Hulk Hogan. Bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. Take your power back, be emboldened, and understand that the government is here because you fund it. And when you fund it, you should get the benefit of it and not just the wealthiest people in corporations. Floor is back to you, TJ.
Yeah, it is. That is one of the more frustrating, and in a strong field of competition, this is one of the more frustrating aspects of American politics, that fairness is something that is essentially innate within human nature, not just human nature, animals too. If you you can watch videos on this. You can find, like, if you have two monkeys in a cage and you teach them to, do a trick, and you'll give them a treat, and they complete the task, and you give one monkey a walnut. The monkey's like, "Oh, great, thanks for the walnut." But then the monkey who did the same thing, you give that monkey a grape. The monkey that got the walnut's going to be mad. It was happy with the walnut before, but the monkey realizes, oh, that's unfair. He got a better treat than I did for the same thing. So this dates back far, where we have an innate desire for things to be just and to be fair. And so you will hear people complain, and their anger is in the wrong direction, but I get where they're coming from, where they say, wow, it's not fair that someone who makes $100 less a month than I do gets welfare and I don't get it. Like, they get food stamps or they get rental assistance, and if I made $100 less a month, I could get it, and they get mad. Now, they understand that it's unjust, but the anger's facing down and not up when it should be facing up. Because if you're mad that someone has $80 to buy milk or whatever for their kids, or a candy bar, whatever the fuck they want to buy, all right. But hold on. In fact, I think I pulled it up here, that corporations get more of this money than people could possibly imagine. This is a chart I got here of the top recipients of corporate welfare last year. Is it showing here? Oh, here we go. Yeah. So the number one is it sliding? Am I on the right page?
Yeah.
Okay. The number one is going to be Boeing with $15.5 billion in subsidies. Ford got roughly $8 billion. Amazon got $6 billion. Texas Instruments, your calculator, got $4.5 billion. Tesla, $3 billion. Walt Disney, if any company doesn't need free money, it's Walt Disney. $2.5 billion. These are places that have more money than they could possibly spend. Some of these are damn near trillion-dollar industries, and your money is going to them. Why the hell would you be mad at the pittance that poor people are getting when these folks are getting free money for absolutely nothing? It is incredibly frustrating. So yeah, this thing with Trump and everything, it's driving me insane, but I feel the need to really point that out.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I mean, you just highlighted what I was saying. I didn't pull up the data, but thank you for going and grabbing the data. You just pulled up a sheet that had, almost $100 billion in money that imagine. I mean, folks, wrap your head around $100 billion to companies that don't
fucking need it. Yes, like
don't need it.
Oh God! And you know what? Go ahead.
And TJ pulled you the numbers, but I showed you. I explained how they get it. They get it coming, then they get it on the back end. I didn't mention the third way they get it. There's a third way they get it, TJ. You spend money on Republican candidates to lower your taxes.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. And what's so incredibly pernicious about this is that people we have I have to tip my cap. I have to tip my cap to American capitalists for the last 100 years. Hell of a good job with the propaganda. I mean, credit where credit's due. You guys have successfully convinced millions of people that getting free healthcare is bad for you, or why would we want something like that? And that billionaires have earned their place in society. I can't remember what you said. Yeah, you said something about how I actually can't remember the words, but what made me think of is that people really think this. Like, they will defend the honor of billionaires, and how dare you? These are hardworking individuals, and they will defend it two ways. The first, by saying they earned this wealth. They worked 10,000 times harder than I did or anybody else, so they deserve all that money. That's the first way. And the second way they defend it is by saying, I think it's what you mentioned, these people are important for society because they create jobs. Like, if billionaires didn't exist, who would build the cars? Well, we would build them, right? Like, the job would exist whether someone had $1 billion or not, but they don't think of it that way. They think these folks are benevolent. Like, they're giving you a job because they're nice people. No, they need someone to build the cars, and they're a poverty exploiter. They're going to exploit your labor for it. And what ends up happening is that people don't understand that when you have that much money, a corporation or a person, you can hold society hostage. And that's exactly what they do. A few years ago, you mentioned Jeff Bezos in New York. He was saying, hey, I want to build an Amazon warehouse in New York. And AOC, I remember her saying something, in fact, all right, well, great, come build it. And Jeff Bezos says, I don't want to pay the taxes, though. The taxes, fuck that. I'm not paying it. And AOC said, no, you're going to build a business here. You're going to pay the taxes. And conservatives were on Bezos' side, saying, wow, I can't believe you're not going to give Bezos a tax break. Don't you know all the jobs he's going to create? He's going to get people so much money for this. And it's like, okay, so you believe that billionaires should be able to hold society hostage. And by the way, let's say you give him the break. I don't know if they end up doing it or not. You give him the break. Those taxes still need to be collected, right? It's not just some random number they decide, oh, we're going to charge that. No, that number exists because they know how much money it takes to run a society. They know what it takes to pay the cops, pay the firefighters, pay the water workers, like all the stuff that needs to be done. Who's going to pay it? Jeff Bezos is not. You are. And you were defending Jeff Bezos' right to do this. And yeah, they don't see it. They don't think anything past beyond the point that our lords, our betters deserve this special treatment because they're so important to society, and it's fucking gross. Sorry, I went off on that, but that was just kind of annoying.
Oh no, that's the point, man. That's the point of being here. Get it out, man. That's why we're here. Get it out. When it comes to like the financial piece and how it works with business, that part just gets the fire in me gets turned on because I've lived it. I've had to deal locally with Republicans, Democrats, charities. I've had to deal with all that. And it's so frustrating that they will drop the small business person who's trying to make it if the news of, oh, Amazon's coming, or oh, Tesla's coming, or oh, BMW's coming, or oh, Boeing is coming. Oh, it's just like, oh, F you, and you've been holding up the community. You know, you like one thread away from popping and losing your business, while these MFers just come in, get money up front, on the back end, then get a tax break. It's bull jive. It's straight. It's like this. The people who can afford the wealth gap, you're not making them pay for it.
Nope.
And you're squeezing the people who can't afford it. And that's a problem that should unite everybody, but we have such a highly uneducated electorate. They keep voting against their interests every single time, my brother. Every single time.
It's peasant brain shit. It is the king truly does care about us. If only we supported the king more, he would treat us better. I don't know. It's sad to see it happen because there are more of us than them, but a lot of us are, dedicated to this idea that these folks deserve their place in society. They're very hierarchical in their thinking, and upsetting that hierarchy bothers them, even when they're on the bottom part of it. It's really gross.
Please let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you've had to deal with this type of stuff coming in your community. And it would behoove me not to tell you to show up to some of your city council meetings so you can hear this bull jive in person.